ivory, one of the most important commodities of the Columbian exchange. An increase in slavery and a decrease in elephant population prove that the production of ivory had an overall negative impact on the world during the time from 1450 to 1750. With that, we'll have a closer look at the history of ivory during the 16th century with Aila on ivory production.
Thank you, Schyler. With me I have Professor Leah, who has dedicated her life to studying the production of ivory. So, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, of course.
So, how was ivory produced?
Well, Aila, ivory isn't technically produced, but it was done by cutting the tusks off elephants and other animals that have tusks.
Where was it produced?
Well, it originated from Africa, where it was collected from African elephants.
Why there?
Well, Africa had the largest population of elephants, and it was easier to access than India. Africa also had trade relations with the Portuguese ships and Arab traders. African ivory tusks were also larger and less brittle, and not as prone to yellowing.
Who produced it?
Well, African hunters would kill and take elephant tusks on the coast and trade them with Portuguese ships. As coastal elephant populations decreased, the hunters had to move farther and farther inland. The ivory and slave trade also went hand in hand. African and Arab slave traders would hunt ivory and slaves. They would then make slaves carry the ivory until they reached their destinations, at which they would sell both for large profits.
Wow, that is so interesting. Thank you, Leah. Now back to Schyler.
Thank you, Aila. I'm here with Dr. Jimin, who is knowledgeable about the effects of ivory in terms of business and consumption. So, Dr. Jimin, tell me, what regions did ivory connect?
So ivory came from the west coast of Africa, and the majority was shipped to the New World. Europe and Asia were also large consumers of the product, and they are transported over the ocean by large ships and slaves.
Oh, okay. Why these regions?
So it connected these two regions because the demand was high in all these regions for art and decorative objects.
Okay, that's so interesting. What technologies were necessary in the exchange of this commodity?
So there were a variety of technologies used in the exchange of ivory. Hunters would all use long bows and iron-tipped arrows to kill elephants, and the ivory was transported to Portuguese ships and Arab caravans to Europe and the Middle East.
Wow, okay. And what impact did the commodity have on regions that consumed it?
So since ivory was mostly used for decoration, it also could show a division in class since it was a luxury item that was difficult to produce, so only the high class could have it.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Jimin. I appreciate you being here. We'll be right back with Aila and I after this commercial break.
Wildlife is Africa's pride. India has the tiger. China has the panda bear. We have the big five. But for how long?
Rhinos are our heritage. Let's save them for our future generation. KwaZulu-Natal is a rhino province, hence off our rhinos.
Gibela umkhumbi olwa nobuba.
Wow, what an interesting segment.
Yes, exactly. You know, although ivory was a cultural medium, it still really did have a negative impact on the population of elephants and how it provided an increase in slavery.
Yes, I loved having the opportunity to interview these researchers today.
Yes, definitely. Well, you know what? That's all for now, folks, here on JCHT. Tune in next week to see our special segment on indigo.
Bye.
Bye.